Hello everybody, this is our social media strategy plan. My name is Zara and I am joined by Abby and Nicholas. This social media strategy plan is based on findings from the Science of Mathematics Education Lab, also known as SUM Lab, at La Trobe University, which emphasises the need to shift towards explicit teaching in numeracy education. It supports an original news story written by R. Grace, which highlights the decline in numeracy results across national standardised testing. The story aims to empower policymakers, educational organisations, teachers, students and communities to translate research into practical solutions that improve mathematics outcomes.
Our campaign targets 3 key audience segments affected by or influenced in addressing Australia's numeracy crisis. The first one we're going to talk about is primary and secondary school teachers. The demographics are around 22 to 40 years old, predominantly female, university educated, located across urban and regional Australia. Their behaviours that we're looking for and hoping to target are that they're active on Instagram and Facebook for professional development, teaching inspiration and educational news. And we hope they're motivated and interested in improving teaching outcomes, staying up to date with research-based methods and accessing free or subsidised teaching opportunities. The second group we're going to be talking about are parents of school-aged children. They're normally aged around 30 to 50 years old. They've got diverse socioeconomic backgrounds and they're often active on things like Facebook. The behaviours we're looking to target are engaged in their children's learning journey. We're hoping they're wanting to seek practical solutions to improve their kids' academic performance. And we want their motivation to be based around the concern about the declining numeracy skills. And we want them to be receptive to initiatives that enhance classroom teaching and future student outcomes. Now finally, we're going to talk about our third group, which is university students and young adults. We're mostly focusing on people that are interested in education or advocacy. The age of these people are normally around 18 to 25, and we're currently looking for current La Trobe students or prospective educators. The behaviours we're looking for to target are highly active on TikTok and Instagram. We want them to be influenced by authentic, creative, and cause-driven content. We want their motivations to be how they are passionate about education equity. We want them to enjoy being part of meaningful change and motivated by evidence-based innovation in learning. These audience groups were selected because they are either directly impacted by low numeracy outcomes, for example, parents and students, or are key agents of change, for example, teachers. By tailoring our platform content to each group's digital behaviours and emotional drivers, we aim to create targeted, engaging messages that build trust and drive awareness and encourage action. For this campaign, we have selected Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. These platforms align with our goal to raise awareness of Australia's numeracy crisis and promote La Trobe's evidence-based response through the SUM Lab. Each platform targets different segments of our audience while allowing for tailored content formats and engagement strategies. Let's start with Facebook. Facebook remains a powerful tool for reaching people like parents, educators, and other community members. The average age target is around 30 plus years old, many of whom are directly affected by the decline in numeracy skills, or they're just interested in education reform. Facebook supports long-form captions, event promotions, community discussions, and sharing of research articles and/or videos. It's also highly effective for generating shares across local networks and interest groups and creating an organic reach. Now, let's move on to Instagram. Instagram is ideal for delivering visually compelling content to a wide demographic of users, aged around 18 to 44. This includes pre-service teachers, university students, as well as younger parents. Through image carousels, infographics, reels, and stories, we can showcase course benefits, real classroom impact, and behind-the-scene content from the SUM Lab. The visual nature of Instagram helps us communicate complex ideas in an accessible way. Now, one of the more newer ones, TikTok. TikTok offers a unique opportunity to connect with your younger audiences, including people like university students, early career teachers, and even teens affected by poor numeracy teaching. Through short, creative videos such as teaching hacks, myth busting, and lab demonstrations, we can highlight the value of evidence-based teaching in an engaging, trend-driven format. This helps humanize the issue and make it relatable to a broader audience. By using these 3 platforms, we can assure our message reaches diverse segments of the population and drives maximum awareness and engagement across social, educational, and generational divides.
In order to conform with the legal requirements when creating social media content, we will conduct ourselves professionally, maintain respect for viewers, and avoid offensive or discriminatory language. No sensitive or personal information about the research, colleagues, or public will be disclosed. All information shared on social media will be accurate and not misleading. Content produced will contain only original, licensed, or public domain content. Quotes and data will be attributed to their original sources. When reposting user-generated content, permission will always be asked, and for more involved participation from audiences, written releases will be provided. Content strategies change depending on the platform in use. On Facebook, we will use attention-grabbing infographics to simplify and visually explain new teaching methods and ways for parents to support. Infographics make content more digestible and visually appealing, increasing engagement. Another strategy we will use is hosting live sessions for interactive Q&As, real-time problem solving, and mini lessons. This encourages participation, builds trust, and gives users a chance to feel seen and heard. We can also post eye-catching, bite-sized math facts or challenges to stand out in a feed filled with memes and text. Captions and subtitles are also important in all of the above content to make videos accessible and easy to consume silently. The aim is to reframe learning and avoid focusing on negative trends. Instead, emphasize growth, future success, and community impact. As a mobile-first, fast-paced, and visually driven platform, Instagram requires a distinct approach from Facebook. Our strategy will focus heavily on visual storytelling, using consistent branding elements such as color palette, typography, imagery, and tone of voice to create a recognizable and engaging identity. For example, using bright pastels or more informal fonts aligns heavily with the quote-unquote brand identity of primary school classrooms in Australia, attracting teachers and parents of that age group. Using Instagram's carousel post feature will be beneficial to break down numeracy concepts into digestible, swipeable pieces of content that are easy to absorb and share. This could include breaking down a math problem over multiple slides or giving example scenarios of how to teach and support the students. Captions on Instagram should be hook style with short sentences and calls to action in the form of hashtags, encouragement to share and save for later use. Instagram is a platform of viral content, so staying on top of trends is also important, especially when utilizing Reels. These should either present information or tell a story that is entertaining and still promotes the new concepts of teaching numeracy. TikTok is an ideal platform for engaging younger generations, many of whom are future educators and parents. Its fast-paced visual nature lends itself perfectly to short attention-grabbing content that can both entertain and educate. By creating these bite-sized videos, we can introduce new numeracy techniques in ways that feel relatable, exciting, and easy to apply. This content could include quick tutorials using whiteboards or animations, math facts to spark curiosity, before and after learning moments showing the power of new techniques, and interactive challenges that invite viewers to try methods themselves. Using trending sounds, visual effects, and popular formats, we can make math feel relevant again in everyday life. Encouraging users to comment, stitch, and duet helps build community and allows the audience to participate in spreading positive attitudes towards numeracy.
Engagement strategy. To ensure our social media campaign reaches our target audiences, we've developed a platform-specific engagement strategy tailored to the demographic of each platform's audience. On Facebook, where we're targeting teachers and parents, our focus is on community and conversation. We'll respond to comments within 24 hours, run weekly polls and Q&As to spark dialogue, and share our content in relevant education and parenting groups. Monthly live sessions with researchers or teachers within our community will give followers an opportunity to ask questions, while consistent branded hashtags like MathMattersAU, Numeracy for All, and SOMLab will boost our visibility. On Instagram, which appeals to both teachers and young adults, our engagement strategy focuses on infographics to convey key statistics, interactive stories such as polls and quizzes, replying to comments, and encouraging user-generated content by asking followers to use the hashtag #SomLab or #SomLabMath in their math stories. Hashtag campaigns like #MathMattersAU and #Numeracyforall will invite our audience to share their personal experiences and challenges with maths education. And on TikTok, where we're reaching Gen Z and university students, our engagement strategy is highly interactive and creative. We'll reply to comments with short video responses, launch viral style challenges such as solve it in 15 seconds, and use those comments to fuel future content. Hashtags like Math Matters, SomLabMaths, and Maths Confession will help us stay current and discoverable. Measurement and evaluation. To measure the success of our social media strategy, we've defined key metrics and established a simple but effective process for ongoing evaluation. The key metrics identified are likes, comments, shares, saves, follower growth, and impressions. These metrics will help us identify the reach of our content and which type of content is the most engaging, assisting in the development of future content tailored to these preferences. Platform analytics. Using tools such as Meta Insights and TikTok Analytics, we can monitor these KPIs in real time, allowing us to identify top-performing content and validate if we are reaching our intended audience by reviewing demographic data such as age, gender, and location. Quarterly reviews. Every quarter, we'll compare performance data against our original goals. This deeper evaluation helps us see what's changed and whether it's audience behavior, platform trends, or specific content that's resonating with our audience, highlighting which social media platform should be the focus and which type of content performs the best, allowing us to refine underperforming content or prioritize high engagement content. Audience feedback. We'll also examine feedback gained via Q&As, polls, and comment sections, helping us better understand audience sentiment and interest. Insights from this will directly shape future content so it stays relevant, engaging, and community-driven.